Hey coaches, we're going to talk a little bit today about our backside coverage when we're running six-man pressure. Six-man pressure means we're bringing two backers along with our four down linemen. So our fire switch type blitz. Anytime we're bringing pressure with those outside backers, we're going to be in a zero coverage. In zero coverage, we have no safety help over the top. So we've got our left corner would be locked up on number 1, our left safety locked up on number 2, right safety locked up on number 2 here, right corner locked up on number 1 here. Our Mike linebacker is responsible for the back out of the backfield. I'll go over that in a second here. But he's going to line a little bit deeper on passing downs. Now, if that back flares out to either side, okay, one of our rules for any blitzing linebacker, if he's coming off the edge, is never let an ace cross your face. And if we're bringing our linebackers down inside on a blitz, our defensive ends know that they can't take a hard charge upfield. They've got to read that back out of the backfield first. Because they have to help our Mike linebacker on anything coming out of the backfield. So if that guy were to run a wheel, obviously we're going to try and jam him, keep him in the backfield with our outside linebacker blitzing off the edge, or our defensive end, whoever that contained man is to that side, to help our Mike linebacker be able to get over the top of that. Again, it's a pressure situation, so we're hoping that the best coverage is a hit on the quarterback. So a couple little variations that we want to talk about today is, how do you play this if, they're not spaced out? Obviously, the way I have it drawn up now, it's nice, easy spacing. As the linebacker walks up, our safety creeps up, and he gets into a position where he can play man coverage on this guy. We usually tell him somewhere between 5 and 6 yards, maybe 7 yards off the line of scrimmage, where you're pressed up, where we're kind of like in a 63 front look, where these guys are kind of playing that little inside shade, but they also have to be able to break on an out route. Obviously, they're in man coverage. Okay, we also want to make sure that our corners and our safeties are on different levels so that they're not getting crossed up and running into each other, bumping each other off coverage. So technically, usually our corners are going to be pressed up a little bit more, playing a little more physical with those outside receivers, and our safeties are going to play off just a little bit. One of the things we talk to our guys, though, is they can't get lazy and be stuck at that 10-yard alignment, because if we're playing cover 0, there's no way they can cover the flat or any kind of an out route playing from that 10-yard inside alignment that they normally might play. Okay, so one variation, if a team wants to run, let's say a stack or a tight bunch, okay? Let's say they come out with something like this, and they're real tight right there, all right? Obviously, putting our safety here is going to put him in harm's way in terms of being able to cover that guy. So what we tell him here is we're going to use what we call Banjo, okay? Banjo coverage, all that means is that we're going to space it out. So now we're going to have our corner playing up in his normal alignment, and we're going to play our safety off over the top. So we're going to play like a looser stack over on that. We always say we're kind of basically going to mirror what they're showing us and making sure that we're on different levels. What that does now is if they, let's just say they run like a slant, and then this guy runs a wheel behind it, okay? If they cross us up like that, okay, and it's early, we're going to have our corner stay with this guy, okay? We're going to have that corner stay on that guy, pressing him, okay? But if this guy runs, if they cross us up and they run something, let's say they're both running vertical, okay, and something comes to the inside here, and they cross us up right there, okay, our safety is, we're going to stay in a back pedal here in this situation. We're going to stay in a back pedal and take what shows, okay? Another way we can play this, if a team's really crossing us up early like that, like on that slant, that can pose some problems for us, okay? If they're going to run something tight like this, is that we can just play our left safety, okay, inside, and our right corner, okay, either stacked up or slightly outside, and play them off a little bit. We'll play a little softer in that coverage. Again, that way he gives him, leverage on a quick pass to the outside flat, okay, gives him leverage on any kind of fire screen. But now we can get into our back pedal, allow those routes to develop in front of us. Okay, if they want to run that slant now, okay, this is how we'll do it. We'll just pass that off to here, and the corner will pick up that outside route. So what Banjo does is it basically gives us a little bit of an off coverage, gives us some spacing so that we're not walking up. Because sometimes you tell a guy you're in man coverage, they're going to walk right, these two will walk right up next to each other, or be like this, tight at the line of scrimmage, and we'll get crossed up, and then you have guys running wide open. Okay, the same thing would apply, all right, if they were in a trip set. Let's just say number 2 is not in here, okay, and they come out in a 3x1 over here, and let's say they run a bunch. Okay, they're in a bunch set. What we're going to do in this situation is we're going to play our right corner and our left safety off. Remember, again, we're in cover 0 here. This is only when we're running a 6-man pressure. Okay, and then we're going to bring our right safety and we'll squat him up in front. Okay, and we're going to press on this front guy with our right safety. Okay, our right safety is going to take anything shallow. He's going to lock up on this guy and press him. Okay, if he's going to hard release to the inside, he's going to squat and pick up any kind of a shallow route that may form in front of him while he's getting into his back pedal. So he's going to press, jam this guy. Okay, if that guy releases hard inside, okay, he's going to sit back in his back pedal and see if anything breaks shallow, and then he would break on the shallow route. Okay, once that guy breaks to the inside, our left safety would take him. Okay, on the inside route, our right corner is going to be responsible for any route to the outside. Okay, if these guys were to all run inside routes, okay, which usually they're not going to see out of a bunch set. The whole idea of a bunch set is to make sure that they're trying to cross us up front. So we just want to kind of mirror what they're doing here. Right safety, left safety, right corner. Okay, but if they were in something like this, and let's just say this guy runs a little peak route inside. Okay, this guy pushes vertical and runs a post, and this guy runs a fade on the outside. Let's say they go three deep on us. Okay, because he's in a jam, he's going to jam and stay with this guy as long as he's pushing vertical. Okay, the only time he's going to release on this guy or let him go is if that guy runs something quick underneath. Okay, if he runs something quick underneath, if you run a slant right away, then this guy's got to pick that up. Okay, but as long as he's pushing vertical here, okay, just like we talk about in our cover 4, once he's pushing vertical to that linebacker depth, he's your man. Okay, he is your guy right there. This guy right here is on the outside route. If for some reason they were to cross these up, okay, let's say they ran the same combination, all right, and this guy's pushing vertical and he runs out, okay, and this guy runs a slant like this, we're going to pass these two off. Okay, our safety would stay with this guy here manned up. We're going to pass off this guy to the inside and pass off the inside guy that's crossing to the outside over to our corner. Again, the base rules in this, okay, when we talk about banjo, the main idea is we're going to banjo whenever it's a tight formation that puts our secondary in conflict of getting crossed up and bumped off of their man coverage. Okay, and what our rules are going to be, number 1 is spacing. Okay, so we want to be on different levels. Okay, number 2, okay, is stay square. So we want to stay square in our back pedal so we can allow those routes to develop. If we get turned too quick, now we're not going to be able to see those routes develop. So we don't want to play with our corner like we normally would if he was in, let's just say, a solo situation like over here, where we want to press him and take away some of that inside release. If we're in a banjo situation, we're going to play softer with that corner, and if that guy crosses and goes to the inside, that's okay. We'll let him do that, and we'll pass that route off. Okay? And then number 3, okay, is don't chase. What I mean by that is trade, okay? We're going to trade those routes off once they cross. So basically we have a safety playing inside route, we've got another safety playing some of that short intermediate stuff, and then our corners playing the outside deeper routes. Obviously, game planning and what a team's doing, you have to make adjustments during the game if necessary, but those are our base rules when it comes to banjoing. Okay? So again, we can run that. It doesn't matter if it's a twin set or a trip set. It's anytime they put us in conflict of crossing up, we're going to get on different levels. Okay? Our safety will always take that inside route. Our corner will always take the outside route. And again, we're going to allow them. We're going to stay with those guys as they're pushing vertical, and then allow that to develop as it goes. Okay? Hopefully that helps. Thank you.